Welcome, everyone. Always remember for LinkedIn, there's a delay of 30 seconds. I'll be open up at the end of this transmission of what is Scrum for business agility. So towards the end, if wherever you are on Twitter, LinkedIn, Rumble, YouTube, I'll be open up for some questions, maybe with a Zoom link or use Zoom links. We'll be right with you. Trance music. Mike Beedle and I, we used to mix that music too. For you, Mike. Miguel Tarastos. Yes, 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 beautiful people. The live streams is coming soon. Welcome, everybody. Take a seat in the lounge, in the virtual lounge, Agile Lounge for Business Agility. And today we're going to talk about the great, amazing innovation work of Miguel Beedle. Enterprise Scrum, the real scaling. All right. I'm so excited to be before you today. So I'm Alexandre Frédéric Joly, live from somewhere, we don't know where, everywhere, anywhere. It's the world from Montreal most of the time. I'm your coach AF, and I remind you that AF stands for Agility with Fun. Let's have fun helping you adapting the music. So we are going to have the Summer of 22 playlist mixed by yours truly. And that's one another point in common that Miguel Beedle and I had on top of being astrophysicist. But in my case, astrophysicist, he was a PhD in science of physics. He used to produce and play great trance music, for those who don't know. And he used to play guitar also. So he was a complete, amazing person. But today, it's not just about Mike. It's about his work creation that he started early in 2000. After 5-6 years of practicing Scrum into the enterprise. He was the first CEO at eArchitect to actually bring up Scrum in the entire enterprise. So I'm very, very excited to be here with you today on this Friday, June the 10th. And I will apologize for my podcaster, those audio people, those who grab and download it, because it's going to be a little bit visual today. So again, for you who are running or spinning or do your workout with me on the Dare Real Agile podcast, I invite you though to and the link of any podcast, or if you go to agile-lounge.com or their real agile altogether.com, you could find the link in the description to see my guests and myself. And speaking of guests, with summer coming, I know there's one or two guests they want to pre-record it, so we're going to do like a live stream, but it will not be live. And it's going to be a Woman in Agile upcoming podcast with guests. Yeah, because it's all women that are interested to speak about the change and transformation and evolution, maybe, of the world of work and more, with business agility and conscious leadership. That's going to be the thematic, with three amazing women, amazing person that some of them I know I did collaborate and so on. So before going into the art of the subject, I just want to make announcements. Like, for those who are watching on LinkedIn Live this Friday, I'm going to be open up for some question, a Q&A towards the end. And for everyone, actually, I could also open a Zoom. It's going to be audio Zoom. So that's the way now, I think, because for a better interaction, right? One of the principle and values of Agile is I will welcome you more and more to grab and call me directly on Zoom. It's going to be audio, so your face won't show up. We're going to hear your voice. So it's going to be a lot more direct interaction. So that's what we're going to do. So, of course, if there's people, now I see it's about 25 people watching all across the board. So towards the end of the hour, I'll could open up to some questions through the chat, and even better, I could put you the link of the Zoom and you call me on Zoom, and maybe soon, maybe you could call me on WhatsApp. So we'll see. We're going to do some experiment, right? It's because it's a empirical process. And by the way, I think because Anna gave me a report, we did send a tutorial video for what? To how to get to the Crew Collective when it's closed, because it's going to be open up for us in person, Scrum Beer Iteration Sprint 17, next Thursday, June the 16th, and it is sold out. We might have a waiting list because it's going to be the Scrum Beer that invite himself into a crew innovator, collaborator of the co-worker at the Crew Collective. So it's kind of great middling, and we're gonna do a game, and we're gonna play with a giant canvas. So it's a bring your own beer. Remember, you bring your own beer or wine. I'm gonna give to people. I'm gonna buy about like 6-7 bottles of wine from a private importer. But really bring your own beer, because we have the place for free, but it's, of course, the cafe will be closed, so no food, no drink. So bring a couple of things. So I know the crew will supply some kind of popcorns and stuff, but if you'd like to have pretzel, whatever. So it's really like I'm inviting you into my office, and you bring your wine, your beer to share with everyone, by the way, the European style way, okay? So it's an invitation. It's sold out right now, and you need an Eventbrite ticket. So you could write to me. Let me put the address here at coach@agile-lounge.com to put yourself on the waiting list. And I think if you go to the link in the description, especially for Rumble and YouTube, you might have the link to Eventbrite, and then there's a waiting list for you to jump on it. So I don't know, because we have the 20 people plus the 30 people of the crew, so it's kind of the maximum limit we could allow people. But who knows? And everybody who get their Eventbrite tickets will receive an email, a confirmation email from myself or Anna, with a link to how to get to the room inside the crew. Very easy, but in the Agile way, we provide you transparent visual information. So that being said, let's go to the art of the subject, shall we? And before doing so, I would like to show you something very great that was filmed and recorded by Marina Alex. It's also a video available on my YouTube channel for now, I think. Yeah, it's not on Rumble yet. We didn't move everything on Rumble. And by the way, when I speak of something for both my audio listener and, of course, those who are live and will see this rewatch here on the Friday Live Agile. So you could always have on the pinned comment of YouTube the link of any article reference, everything you could further your research after you hear me spiked you. So without further ado, I'd like to show you to a starter to explain what is Enterprise Scrum for Business Agility. I would like to show you a great video, a great montage of probably the last days because it was my last time I saw and I was with Mike. This is probably something between mostly March of 2018 in New York City. Some footage are from his definition of Enterprise Scrum version 4.1. That was the last one we were working on. And that's going to be, and I'm going to probably explain it today with some notes of myself when I did the course with him and with some insight from my dear friend and colleague, Michael Orman, and so on. So that's going to be kind of an introduction today. And of course, I'm working on building a training, and I would like to have a peer review of these Enterprise Scrummer to make sure that, and I will do it also in French for people in Quebec and France. So that's today. It's to spark you, to give you a kind of a introduction to what is Enterprise Scrum for Business Agility, because that was the goal of the customer experience and the employee experience. And you're going to see it's experience. You put an X with any letter in front for everyone to get it. So I'm going to show you that video to put the subject on the table, and it's great to hear it from the creator of Enterprise Scrum, and we're going to get back with more explanation. And as I said, towards the end of the show, I'm going to be watching the chat. I'm not watching the chat right now. I'm going to do this in the last 10-15 minutes of the show. All right, so let's do this. Dum, 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 dum. Here we go. So let's listen to this together. And stay there, because after that footage, we'll be back for more with what is Enterprise Scrum. And I hope with other Enterprise Scrummies around the world that we're going to continue this great work, because I truly believe in the value of this empirical framework process to scale agility and Scrum, but it's even more than that. It's really a new way of doing business with true emphasis business agility for the customer and for the employees, for the experience of actually any type of stakeholders, for any business of any size. So enjoy this great video that Marina Alex again did back in the day. Happy birthday, Mike. I love you.
But I am here to present to you guys version 4.1 of Enterprise Scrum. So Enterprise Scrum is a general purpose empirical process management framework, not only to do product development, but to agilize in the same way anything: sales, marketing, startups, compliance, portfolios, anything that you want to manage in an agile way is a general way to do agile management.
It's also a framework for scaling not only software, but scaling any other thing. You can scale up customer segment teams or business units or marketing and sales.
You should be able to do that too and grow a unicorn within your dinosaur. Enterprise Scrum origins go back to the year 2000, when we started scaling the enterprise architecture for CBS Caremark. So that was just purely software development, right? And we grew up that enterprise architecture to about 30 concurrent applications to be deployed every 2 months. CBS Caremark is still using those patterns, people that do it and do it well, and they have been doing it for a long time. You may have heard of another little company by the name of Salesforce.com. Salesforce.com uses a style of management that is very agile. They call it internally adaptive. And so it is very similar to Scrum in nature, right? And again, Salesforce.com only grew 19-fold in the last 10 years. How would you like to be like Salesforce.com? Hard to say no to that, right? And like that, there's many other companies. You may have literally heard of Spotify. Spotify is a Scrum managed company. And like that, there's many others. Cars.com, some sections of GE. We started to do work with very many banks, some sections of JP Morgan Chase. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on, right? And in some companies, we insist in managing with outdated management techniques. Whatever they teach you right now in MBA schools are outdated management techniques that are not helping you in dealing with this kind of change. So this is why we need techniques like Enterprise Scrum, techniques that are synergized, that help you deal with faster change. Again, just to recap, it used to take 75 years to go from question mark, rising star, cash cow, and dog. Now it takes 7 years to go for those things. So you need a whole different set of techniques. There's just a lot of volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity in the world. It comes in the ways of disruption waves, business models, new management techniques, emerging markets or changing markets, technology, political, economic, or social changes, changes in the workspace, changes in terms of the customer, regulatory. All these things are hitting us at once. So this is why we need a new way to manage.
Why you decided to write Agile Manifesto in 2001?
Because we have been doing agile things for 6 years or so. Scrum was invented officially in the fall of 1993, and we had a lot of success with projects in Scrum, but the world wasn't paying attention. So we wanted to make some noise and get some attention that this was a better way to do things. Because a lot of people see Agile as a software thing, and if you look at it from that perspective, Agile is something that started officially on February 11, 2001 with the Agile Manifesto. In a world of rapid change, something that lasts 17 years, it may appear to you that Agile is old. It's 17 years old at least. On the other hand, the real Agile impact, at least this is what some of us believe, is not what was accomplished in software, but the potential of Agile as a new way of managing things. So some of us believe that Agile management will be extended universally to other things. This is what some of us call business agility. And that is really a future where companies innovate faster, they test things faster in the market, they can adapt faster, they can manage their portfolios faster, put more things or less things, depending on opportunities. The real agility, the agility that is really going to potentially save your life as a business, is not software agility. So let me tell you how the conversations go with sometimes with people, right? Well, Mike, the Agile Manifesto was written down, 17 years ago. Agile is then something in the past. The Agile revolution was great, but now we're done with it. And then I'm thinking to myself, the real Agile revolution is this revolution, the business agility. Before we did things that were Agile, and that was great. I mean, it helped us moving from getting stuck in technology or software development projects. But this is really the agility that will save your life as a business.
Exactly. Thank you, Miguel. Thank you so much, Mike Beedle. Great mind. We miss you so much, but you're still with us. And today I'm honored to be before you to give you a glimpse and an intro to what is Enterprise Scrum for business agility. I'm really thankful of the work of Marina Alex to have catch and capture and edit this amazing footage. That's a great memory for the Scrum community, for the business agility community, and for anyone with an innovative mind that would like to pursue the great work and mindset of Mike Beedle for Enterprise Scrum. And rest assured that Agile Lounge for business agility, my kind of company, I don't know what to call it, but for me, Agile Lounge, it's a space, it's an open space, it's things for freeing your mind, freedom lifestyle, conscious leadership, business agility. It's training, it's coaching, it's mentoring, it's everything to do with the Scrum system and helping you configure it the way you want. And I think Enterprise Scrum is the enterprise level of it to bring enterprise agility to the core. And you hear it from the master. Portfolio management will be better. Program management will be better. Project to product will be an easy pathway with Enterprise Scrum. So without further ado, I would like to kind of elaborate a little bit of what is Enterprise Scrum. So I remember great conversation with the group of Enterprise Scrum and Mike Beedle himself. In the last 5 years, I was kind of with them from 2015 all the way to 2018 when he left us. So it's for me, it's, as he says, the Agile for software, it's one thing, but now in today's definitive VUCA world, and especially in the last 2 years, we saw what he was talking about, like pandemic, wars, everything. So how does a business, how does an organization, a team, even an individual could go through it? So the real revolution, the real agility in that sense, and the business sense, and even for civil agility, when I say civil agility here is our community, our cities, our group will face that kind of VUCA that smash us in the face altogether. So, being agile in today's world, it's nothing to do with process and procedure and big structure. You have to stop about it. It's about the people. Our people agree together. Our people invite together, and this is it. I mean, Enterprise Scrum base is both for software development, of course, and the knowledge intensive of business process from the people. Okay, so because we have to build an understanding together. So Enterprise Scrum, what is an Enterprise Scrum? Is it include a transformation team? Executive education? Yes, executive education. So many executive VPs and CEO are so much misled, especially with the big five of the firm, that they think Agile is just a process and just a methodology. It's not. It's also a way for very large enterprise to introduce Agile and Scrum to the enterprise, training and education. It's also at school. I think he said that in that video or another one. He says, like, the MBAs right now, they teach things of the 1950s. Could we update it? And how do we grow this Agile and Scrum mindset within the enterprise and even beyond? Scaling if you have to, but especially, I think the scaling of good practice, great practice, within framework decided by the team, by a self-sustainable team, self-organized team for software development or any type of operation or production, that the scaling should be there, because what you want to scale is the business to a better experience of your customer that will bring you more and more revenue, right? We talked also in Enterprise Scrum of, he was an architect, right? One of his company was E-Architect back in the 90s, early 2000s. So Agile architecture, yes, we are with Enterprise Scrum for business agility, the only or rarely one who offer consulting and help and assistance on the Agile architecture with Agile leadership. There's even like, yes, we are agnostic in a sense because we're going to promote the PMO improvement of Enterprise Scrum and a lot of strategic Scrum and patterns. We create patterns informed by the value, the 4 values and 12 principles of the Agile Manifesto for software development. But now that we adapt to help you create patterns for Enterprise Scrum. And so if we look at the definition, so let me share my screen again. And for my They're Real Agile podcaster, don't worry, you will hear it while you jog. But if you want to see it, the link will be in the description of your podcast, so you'll be able to read the article yourself. And by the way, with permission, I'm going to translate it into French as well, and maybe in Spanish. But I'm going to do this article and French into my blog as well. So it's going to be kind of very amazing to have this in French also for the French community of business agility. So now, just to describe it, I think it's one of these, So it's dated 2017, but as I said again, and let me see now, yeah, perfect. Okay, so I'd like to start first, like before defining, especially the last version that we all worked together on, the 4.1. Ultimately, maybe at some point, maybe I don't know, if I could have a team, if I could have co-creator, and how do we like pursue that work? I would love to do a 5.0 of this. Maybe it's a project for me. But let's stick to the 2018 4.1 and how the group co-create together also a definition for business agility. Actually, not a definition, but a proposed definition. So they came up with that. Business agility is the ability to adapt quickly and effectively to all forms of change to deliver maximum value and customer experience. And with Enterprise Scrum, you are going to see that the word or the title or the person before experience, it's everyone. It's stakeholders experience, employee experience, worker experience. Okay, salesperson experience, whatever you want. Okay, and I'd like to do an honorable mention of contributors that we're working with Mike. Some of them I know, some of them I met, some of them I even work with them. So Brad Appleton, I salute you. Michael Orman, John Jorgensen, I know like that's it. Oh, Rick Rothers. And I'm surprised not to see some names here that I won't name for now. But anyways, and this article that Mike put on his Medium, and by the way, for the community of Enterprise Scrum, I did capture in 2 PDF all of his article on Medium to make sure that if that account goes out, we'll be able to reuse and republish it with the permission of his legacy, of course. So it was an excerpt from his book that is hard to find, by the way, Enterprise Scrum, Business Agility for the 21st Centuries. And he had a previous other book too, back in 2015 that I tried to get. It's a 500-page called Enterprise Scrum, an Adaptive Method for Project Success. You see, forward by Jeff Sutherland and Jim Coplin. It's really hard to find. So if anyone out there that watching it, that listening to it, you have a copy of it and you have enough, please contact me. All the way to contact me are in the description of this Friday Live show. And so this is I hope, let me see something here. Sorry about that. Someone is warning me on my SMS that something went wrong. Is this? Uh-oh. Don't tell me.
Oh, I hope.
Oh, God. Okay, we're gonna have to rewatch this. Again, my user experience with Melon app and other stuff seems to be have clashed me at here. I was not paying attention. I was very dedicated to the subject and those two cameras. Oh gosh. Okay. Anyways, we're live. So let's continue. So I was making an alert for a warning. So don't make the business agility transformation and the company management two different things, or a project or a program. They should be the same thing. You get it? When we do prospection here at the Agile Lounge for Business Agility, and we have stakeholders, sponsor, who says like, "Oh, would you like to help us implementing Agile, Scrum, Lean, or even Business Agility?" They don't even know that because this is so innovative. This is so new. This is the real revolution, right? So, what I intend to say here is, when you hear words, when you do prospection as a consultant or so on, and you hear words like, "Oh, we'd like to create a program for an Agile transformation. Oh, we'd like to have a project to transform with Agile." This is the warning here. We don't want that. Get it? We don't want that. It's the same thing. There's no Agile or business agility transformation. Again, I repeat it again. There's a business transformation identical to the company vision, to the enterprise vision. Whatever you do, whatever you produce, your services, your solution, your professional service, anything, okay? So even when you limit business agility transformation to begin with a business unit or customer segment, if you are doing it right, it really is about how you envision your company to operate in the future, the target states. And can I name it? Because I did some work in New York in the past, help and coach by Mike Beedle for a big company of human resource software and pay and stuff. And they state to us that their future state, they want to be the Salesforce of HR, dotation, and payment. Okay, because Salesforce is kind of a CRM type of tool. I'm minimizing here, but so when they told us that, it gave us like, oh, that's great, because they envision something, and how will make them get there? It's not by replicating what Salesforce did, like an Orange Bank in the Netherlands did with a Spotify model. There's no Spotify model. There's Spotify, using this anyways. So I think you get me. And I'm still worried about the last 20 minutes if my screen was not sharing properly. So anyways, that's good, because that means that the podcast of this show will be better. And then you will be able to go read by yourself. But sometimes the video interaction is better to have a screen sharing. So I'm sorry about this. So sorry. What else I would like to share about this? So let's stop that screen sharing just to make sure that that's really funny. I don't know what it is. The UX experience with Melon app, really, I think it's end in July, and I'm gonna move out to something else. And you know what? I spent a year as a user of streaming. On the podcast side, I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased with the user experience of Blueberry and PowerPress within. That is great. But a streamer, I dislike all of them. And I thought this one was the nicest one because I like the graphic and the goofy things. But even after almost a year now, I've got those glitch. And I'm not stupid. I used to be a customer experience designer myself, so that's why I'm maybe even more impatient. So I'm sorry about this little renting again, but I think I won't renew with them, or I don't know. Will I change my ways? But even it's not to me to change my ways, to them to improve and making sure that it's intuitive. It's not intuitive. I was sharing my screen, and all of a sudden I look at something, and My screen wasn't there. It was a kind of a background orange or something. So anyways, sorry about that for my video watcher of the show, but for the audio podcaster, you don't care, right? Because you hear it. So, and if I'd like to go to a definition of, let me go here to the most recent definition of what is Enterprise Scrum according to the group and to Mike Beedle here. Let's see it here. Do I get the proper article? And of course, if you'd like, tell me in the comment or write to me directly if you'd like to have a second part or maybe a third part going more in deep about it. And as I said, I am preparing a training, a workshop, should I say, on Enterprise Scrum for Business Agility. And I will ask permission of a couple of co-creators how to give them credit and everything. And because I don't want to redo things that are already there, I just want to use it to spread the word and to give some workshop for free and for low cost of our times together. So, like a user practice guide like Michael Orman did. So I don't want to redo it. Maybe I would like to refine it with his permission and how I could transform it into a workshop, a practical workshop where people could actually be introduced to that definition proposed of business agility and how using the Enterprise Scrum framework, generic framework, to configure something for their business, right? So that's my intent. And of course, at first, as we don't have any support now from Mike or any people from Enterprise Scrum, for me, it will be from where I was before Mike left. So that's why it's going to be a kind of a agreement with client that having it at low cost, and for some audience, even doing it for free as a gift from Mike. Something like this. I don't know if you with me like this, so tell me in the comment, what do you think about this idea? I don't want to make a business or industrialization of that. At some point, yes, because it could bring benefit to the enterprise, so it will depend on the kind of the mandate, but there's the introductory of it. There's the user practice practice guide, and is there, and then after is this consultation. So it's 3 layers. So one could be for free, one could be low cost, where we empirically learn together. But if you want a true governance of your portfolio and bringing business agility for real, now it could become a mandate. But again, not at our regular cost, maybe at another cost. So because we touch about like the core of Enterprise Scrum is invitation. So this is why you see some of the children of Mike Beedle, such as Michael Orman, Daniel Mizik, and others, talking about inviting agility, invitation-based change. So it's both very, very, and very, very, very important for both those gentlemen I just named. And then, of course, iterate, empirical process control, iteration, learning, having new information, change direction, and evolve. Yes, evolve over transformation. This is my baby. And with agreement-based change that I would like to propose. So, and of course, let's just make a joke. A lot of people think, like, oh, Mike Beedle with his canvas. It's like the canvas. Oh, it's canvas everywhere. It's just a canvas. It's not the tyranny of canvas. And canvas, you could configure it the way you want. That's the beauty of it. Even on the get-go, you could create a canvas that will help you visualize everything. That matters for your business, not a project, not a program, for your business. And then you can scale it down to customer segment, business unit, what have you, okay? And then, of course, the Enterprise Scrum board. We call it a Scrum board, not a Kanban, not a board, not a whatever. It's a Scrum board of Enterprise Scrum to deliver incremental value with the PCRI cycle. Tell me in the comment below again. What does PCRI stand for? P, planning. C, what is it? You don't know? Do you know? Remember? Planning. What is needed? And when we put people first, an interaction of people. 1, 2, 3. Collaboration. And I also include creativity and communication in my case. And the R, review what we got done and where we are and all important things that needs to be done. And of course, improve, guys. You have to improve. And within the Scrum board, you should see all at once management, all at once matrix. Okay, and of course, you tweak it with some additional adaptation according to your culture, your development cycle, if it's the case of software development, and you could literally visualize everything. And the Agile organization transform and evolve around customer segment. It's organized around customer segments to create the customer-centric needed for a specific persona. And you scale collaboration with portfolios of portfolios. That was a tricky idea that needs more explanation, but not in a Friday Live Agile show like this on the Dairy Agile podcast. And of course, in a sense, as we say, it's have to be the envision of where you want to be, but the Agile organization, to become an Agile organization, a true Agile organization, you will manage decision about this evolution and transformation, and moreover, unleash the innovation from that management style. And leaders go first, culture follows, practice agreed, and evolve towards substantion. What is substantion again? It's something we took from physics. It's instead of hierarchy, top down, bottom up, we invite you to evolve towards a substantion, which is the interaction, a direct interaction of interdependency between many stakeholders in the sense of the human aspect, or between any network work of things to do. Okay? So basically, I think that was the introduction I wanted to make today. On this June 10, that was live. You could rewatch it on Rumble and YouTube. All the links are in the description, or you could go to my website to get to contact me at agile-lounge.com for more. I invite you, if you liked it, smash the like button, please. Especially and on Rumble, glove it. And if you didn't like it, smash the unlike button, but tell me in the comment below why you didn't like it, for us to improve, for me to improve. And I'm not talking about being unscripted, because that you won't change it. I'm doing it like it is. I'm a volunteer. I don't have a salary for that. I'm doing it by passion and for pleasure, and to inform you, to unleash you. And of course, I know you are 75% of you on Rumble and YouTube are watching more than 50% of this hour, but you're not subscribed. So please subscribe and hit the bell. And I'm pleased to tell you that on today's June 10, I reached 550 subscribers on the YouTube channel. So it's a gain of 50 new subscribers since last month, the same date. Amazing. I love you guys. Let's continue to do this. And again, I hope to see you next week. For those who already have your tickets, expect an email from Anna or myself about how to get inside the event and the Crew Collective. And if you're on a waiting list, please write it to me or comment, and I think we'll get in touch with you to see if there's a waiting list possible. So on that, I thank you so very much for your attention. I hope you learned something, and I hope in the comment below I will learn something from you. Any suggestion, questions, moving onward. And thank you, Michael. Thank you, Mike Beedle. Thank you, everyone who participated in this Enterprise Scrum for Business Agility definition and so on. And that's just the beginning. I'm revamping my website this summer, and I'm going to make a lot of emphasis on this user practice guide of using this generic framework that is Enterprise Scrum for Business Agility. And we're going to talk about real business agility. We're going to move out of Agile and to be into this real revolution of conscious agility, which is for me the result of the equation of business agility plus conscious leadership. So on that, remember again, you are a beautiful person. You are a powerful person, and you are free to be whoever you wanted to be and to do whatever you wanted to do with mutual respect of one another. On that, have a nice weekend.